Haitian Revolution, which Joseph would take the lead here. So Joseph, here you go. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming again. And this is the second, and as you can see, we have a picture of the early Native Americans on the screen. And as somebody did ask me, can you show some picture? And this is again a second picture of the Tainos of the Puerto Rico and Haiti. And this is the men, the Tainos, Arawak men in traditional dress. And this slide says the African and Tainos combined. This is a part of the ritual celebrations in memory of the Arawak Tainos on Haiti shores, Haiti. The fear parties. I am too much of a believer in the rights of man to think that in nature there is one color superior to another. For me, a man is only a man. This is Toussaint Louverture. There are all these peoples and nations are the one that feed of the Haitian Revolution: France, Britain, Spain, Portugal, and the Creole Central and Latin America. What did all of these superpowers and elite have in common in the 1700s to the 1800s? A slave wealth producing colonies. Once the revolutions ended in victory for Haiti, the countries that had been ambivalent in treatment towards the Haiti turned against the newly independent nation. The major world powers refused to officially recognize the nations of Haiti. Haiti couldn't establish diplomatic relationship with other nations, establish treaties, or make any type of trade agreements with those nations. Furthermore, the world's powers initiated a boycott, an embargo of the new nations, which left Haiti both politically and economically isolated from the rest of the world. And this is one of the reasons we know Haiti is so poor. Last week, we talked about the fear that the Haitian Revolution created among the world's powers. At the times, Britain, Portugal, Spain, and France. In fact, Britain, Spain, and France were on the islands fighting the Haitian slaves, the white and mulattoes, but how they lost. The Britain in the south, who allied with the whites on the islands because they wanted to bring slavery back. The Spanish in the eastern part, where Toussaint made a treaty, and the final battle of Vertières, where General Dessalines, writer of the Haitian constitutions and flag creator, sent the French troops back, packing the few thousands that were left on the ship back to France, defeated. As soon as Dessalines declared Haiti freed and independent, the world's powers isolated Haiti by stopping trade with Haiti. The United States were ambivalent from the beginning about the Haitian Revolution. Instead of celebrating the second free nations in the New World, independent also of a colonial country, the United States sold revolutionaries weapons early on, and yet at the same time sold weapons and helped the white elite on the island as well. Thomas Jefferson, like Napoleon, thought it was a dangerous thing, the Haitian revolutions. And for one main reason, it was started and organized by slaves, the lowest group in the society. If they succeed in gaining independence, it would send the wrong message to all areas in the world with slaves. The United States and other French possessions with slaves in Britain, Jamaica, and Barbados, and other British slave colonies, and the large slave territory of Brazil, ruled by the Portuguese and the Spanish colonies. In short, the Haitian Revolution provoked to be a dangerous thing to most of the New World's slave society and its crippled Old World economy. Toussaint changed four fundamental things in the world of the late 1700s to 1800s. First, with the organized, disciplined armies of the slaves and black and mulattoes, Toussaint and his general, especially Dessalines, disproved, completely challenged the notions of white supremacy. Second, beside a major blow against white skin supremacy, the Haitian Revolution, with lowest status group in society, slave, universal, representative of extreme unfreedom, beat the prevailing great powers, many from the better classes. As slaves, it's given the opportunity can after sometimes as powerful as revolutions. It's hard, however. The last organized massive slave revolt was Spartacus and his slave army against Rome. Toussaint was called the Black Spartacus. Third, Haiti becomes a great example of what happens with independent nations with powerful allies. Toussaint was both a military and diplomatic genius, but the revolution was completely by singular genius, Dessalines. He knew he had to strike thoroughly for any chance of successful slave revolt. Fourth, humanity is bound to be free if Haiti, from its lowest victims of possessions, consciousness, voice, and action, can rise up and successfully free themselves. Then any group can achieve the step of freedom and independence. Continuous fear of the parties. The influence of the Haitian revolutions in North America slaves. Gabriel conspiracy in 1800 to took 1,000 slaves, captured Gabriel, was hung along with 25 slaves. German coast uprising in 1811. Near New Orleans, over 300 slaves captured and hung about 100 slaves. The Nat Turner rebellions, Nat and about 70 slaves captured and hung, 16 including Nat Turner. Earlier slave rebellions. Gabriel, 1800, Richmond, Virginia, skilled blacksmith, betray, hang. VA passes laws restraining hiring out, education's movement. Denmark, Versailles, 1822, Charleston's South Carolina, slave conspiracy, killer owners on board shipped to Haiti, hysteria. Independence movement in Latin America, long-term causes. Europeans' dominations of Latin America is spread of enlightened ideas, American and French revolutions, American and French revolution growth of nationalism in Latin America. Immediate effect. Toussaint Louverture led a slave revolt in Haiti. Bolivia, San Martin, and others lead successful revolts in Latin America. Colonial rules ends in much of the Latin America. Immediate causes. People of Latin America resent colonial rules and social injustice. Revolution's leaders emerge. Napoleon's invade Spain and out Spanish kings. Long-term effect, attempts made to rebuild economies. 18 separate republics set up. Continuing efforts to achieve a stable democratic governments and to gain economic independence. Betrayals. How do we define betrayals? Here is a normative definitions. The act of betray someone or something, of the facts of being betrayed, violations of a person's trust or confidence, of moral standard. Outside Haiti, Haiti showed that betrayals was tied up with self-interest and groups' interests, and in many situations, the reality was shifting. Remember, Toussaint had many allies at different times. The Spanish, and then he deserted them and go back to the French. He commended both white and black soldiers to push out the British from the south of Port-au-Prince. Toussaint built the first Western-style modern black army, and he did it with many betrayals and many shifting alliances. Even the closest general Dessalines, who would complete the revolutions and at one point was plotting against Toussaint, but came to his side later out of respect and admiration. The disciplines, the consciousness, the bravery all came together in set of organizational battle and war performance that defeated three major powers: France, Britain, and Spain. Each one of these countries had betrayed Haiti and Toussaint at some point in the 13 years of war that was the Haitian revolutions. Inside Haiti, big enemies existed inside of Haiti against abolitions of slavery and Toussaint's army and leadership. Inside of Haiti, he had to defeat or avoid murderous, genocidal-minded French, white planters, mulattoes, generals, and black, once too, and insurgents of both groups, and the Petit Blanc too. The great miracle of organizing and uniting different groups and factions of black and mulattoes soldiers for a concentrated period of times was a remarkable achievement for him. But there had to be dissent, and dissent can lead to betrayal. In the case of the white planters class, their interest never would connect with the slaves' interests of freedom. To say nothing of independence demanded eventually by the slaves. So they fought and betrayed Toussaint at every turn, though they never accepted him. The mulatto rejected them, united with Toussaint once they found out that it made sense to be united to the black majority. Toussaint had defeated Andrew Rigaud, the mulatto leader that only believes in equal rights for just free people, or the mulattoes, people of color, and not the slaves. History had shown that Auger and Mackendal had tried to fight the white planters and its French army without the alliances of the blacks, the slaves, majority. And they had lost that fight and were hanged, and their heads were cut off and displayed for all to see. That was one of the tactics of the French, that was to kill those people and display them so they can make people fear. Vincent Auger and Francois Mackendal were precursors of the Haitian revolutions and both representative of the suspicious and betrayal from free people of color and Marons groups. Sometimes they were against Toussaint and abolitions to make revolutions. In terms of Marons group, they were not used to the army, to the disciplines that the army had, and so fought for or against, but eventually sacrificed their wild freedom for patriotic freedom. In the end, for 13 long years, there had been all kinds of shifting waves and positions, And betrayal was a part of the development both inside and outside of Haiti. France, United States, and Haiti. France and the reparation debt. In 1825, 25 years after Haiti had declared its independence, France, with its warship ready, threatened Haiti if it did not compensate France for loss of slave and property, and to get a 50% discount on all export to France. France demanded a staggering 150 million francs. It's one of the most singular factors that crippled the Haitian economy and country for years to come. In 1838, France agreed to reduce the debt from 150 to 90 million francs. All in all, since 1825, Haiti has paid the equivalent of $21 billion to her former colonial master. So now you can realize why Haiti is so poor. As everyone kept asking why it is so poor.
But it's over with though, right? They don't have to pay anything now.
Not anymore, not anymore. Thanks goodness. The United States and trade. The United States were ambivalent. Okay, I'm sorry, I think I am missing where I was supposed to be. Page 14, 15. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. The United States were ambivalent from the beginning in a state of celebrating for the second free nations, as we say in the beginning. And instead of celebrating the second free nation of the New World, independence of another colonial country, the U.S. understood the risk in supporting our slave nations. President Johnson claimed to have loved Toussaint and Haitian slave and continues to trade with Haiti. Jefferson again took over. A lover of the French, he declared non-support from the US and sold weapons to the white elite in Haiti. Thomas Jefferson, like Napoleon, thought it was dangerous. I think we already read that, didn't we? But no, we didn't yet. I think I missed a page. John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, like Napoleon, as I said, thought it was a dangerous thing. The Haitian revolutions, and for one main reason, it was started and organized by slave, the lowest group. Haiti commitment to small farmers. That was one of the mistakes that Haiti was made. The one big regret of the Haitian revolutions is the inability to resolve the land questions of the slaves. To become a small farmers. Haiti turned out to be a dictatorship after its independence. And it didn't have to be that way. The failure to enact a law that would give many slaves an economic ladder as their foundations would have been a great legacy of the Haitian Revolution. The slaves themselves fought for provisions, and some leaders supported them, like the southern leader, Pétion. Even Toussaint was sympathetic to the slaves, wanting their plots of land. So it feels like a betrayal that the revolution couldn't achieve that goal. And that was creating a major issue for Haiti. The Enlightenment and our revolutions, Americans, French, Haitians. I was born a slave, but nature gave me a soul of a free man. That was Toussaint Louverture. Liberty, equality, fraternity. We hold this truth to be self-evidence that all men are created equal. By creating a society in which all people of all colors were granted freedom and citizenship, the Haitian Revolution forever transformed the world. It was a central part of the destructions of slavery in the Americas, and therefore a crucial moment in the history of democracy, one that laid the foundations for the continuing struggle for human rights everywhere. In this sense, we are all descendants of a Haitian revolutions and responsible for these ancestors. This is according to Laurent Dubois, Avengers of the New World, the story of the Haitian Revolution. What is the great historian Laurent Dubois means when he says that Haiti set the foundation for universal freedom? Dubois wants us to look at the idea of the Enlightenment, where science, not ideology, would be the measure of progress for humanity. Yet, the profits for the slave trade created an ideology that denied progress to the lowest social group. The slaves, and turn slavery into a ratio, genetic things in nature and society. The Haitian Revolution destroyed both of those, myth, ideology, and stereotypes, and showed that both the lowest social group can rise to ruling, and blacks are capable of leadership. So in a world that only recognizes universal freedom for only white men of means, the Haitian Revolution opened up the society to the possibility of a more expansive leadership. Therefore, it wasn't just slaves or black people, but submerged people, people who thought not slaves or exploited mercilessly. The Haitian Revolution is a representative beacons of consciousness, hope, and organization for any exploited group in the world. So anyone can do it. The Americans and French revolutions claim freedom in a limited sense and not a universal sense, even though it's pretended it was universal, but it was not. The revolutions happened, and the rich and well-born were still ahead of the class. The French elite, in the end, still rules, as we all know it, and we've seen it, and it's continuing to happen. But Toussaint and Dessalines freed the lowest group in society. The slaves, the blacks. Then, with disciplines and creativity and commitment, they defeated the world's powers. And that time, and sounded the call for submerged humanity, to rise up everywhere for freedom. Top to bottom, bottom to top. Thank you. Any question for me or any comments? Yes.
So usually to the victor belong the spoils. So how is it that Haitians were forced to repay France for losing and for having extracted millions of dollars of free labor from African slaves? How did that happen? Who signed that treaty?
Well, I mean, under pressure, I think they had no choice. They had, because the French came with their ship, they willing to invade the country again, and they did not have the power, they did not have the great army that the French had at the time. So they had no choice. They had to do it, and other just to survive. As you know, they did not have the power, and it's still they're suffering, going through the same thing. When you don't have power, you just, anyone can make you do things that you would never want to do. Force you to do things. They were doing it by force. They were doing it by pressure and illegally.
They were bullied.
They were, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So when they began to pay the reparations, did the French lift the embargo?
Well, actually, the embargo of Haiti was continuous. Even when Duvalier was president, they were continuing. There was at some point they give us a chance we could trade, when they would put another embargo, they put another embargo. Haiti was living through embargo all the entire nation until the 36 years of Duvalier, the father. Haiti was always on the embargo. They never lift the embargo. They would pretend they lifted, but we never have the freedom to trade as we should. We never have the freedom to do whatever we want. And it is still the same for Haiti. They cannot do whatever they want as a country. As a people, no. They cannot. They still, they cannot. They're not free, really.
Puerto Rico doesn't have a good deal either in terms of how things are allowed to be shipped there, imports and exports. It's the same way of holding people under,
Puerto Rico kind of lucky because they connected with the United States, but Haitian right now, they, not connected. It's even harder for them because it's like they have no one to stand up for the country. So a lot of people keep asking the same question, why are they so poor? Is it because they're lazy? Is it because they cannot work? Is it because they are stupid? Is it because, but you see it.
Next slide.
Yes.
Are there any white people in Haiti at the present time?
Yes. Haiti is always, we thank God for that. Anybody, until recently, we still having people kidnapping, which is create a lot of fear for people in Haiti, but we always welcome everybody, and there's a lot of white people in Haiti. And as you know, Haiti is always a mixed country. It's a mix with darker skin and lighter skin. Still, yeah, we do not call them mulattoes anymore, but yeah. I'm sorry? The first school? Oh,
The first quote,
or the first quote
yes.
was Toussaint. Thank you. Yes.
A lot of Haiti's natural agriculture and resources have been depleted. Right. So is there, right now, is there any kind of initiative to restore any of the natural resources?
Yes, actually, it is very hard right now because there is a lot of fighting, but at the same time, there are a lot of people that are working to try to rebuild Haiti, move people mostly to the countryside, to start working on the land again, to start, people are building everywhere. They're trying to now set new laws that people cannot just use built everywhere and not letting any places for people to start plantation again. So they're working on a lot of good things for Haiti. Thanks goodness for that.
That's a good question, because
Yes.
I was worried, thinking about the rainforest, all the trees that were cut down as a result of that. Whenever there's these storms, there's these incredible mudslides.
Exactly.
People suffer from that as well. Yeah.
So now it's like I heard some good news. The trees are started growing back again. People are planting trees, which is good. And, things are changing. The country start getting green again as it used to be. I'm hoping, that's continue to happen. Yeah.
I have one more question.
Sure.
What is is there a cash crop or what am I trying to say? I know that last week you said that there was sugar and coffee.
Coffee.
What is the biggest commodity that Haiti has to trade?
Well, at the time, like right now, yeah, around now, I think most likely now they have different things. They don't trade like they used to. I know they send a lot of mangoes, still coffee, bananas, things like that. Yeah, but they don't have like the coffee as they used to. They don't have the cacao, the chocolate as they used to anymore, but they still do have that. If anybody knows anything else, just let me know. But I know they're not used to, but they started again to rebuild.
What's the economy doing greatly in Haiti now? What's is it good, bad, how? Because I haven't seen a Haiti economy politics follow up. Follow up the economy. How's the economy in Haiti?
Right now, Haiti, the rich is getting richer. Like it's
Like everywhere.
5% of the people are very, very rich. And you can see that some people say Haiti is so poor, but Haiti has a lot of resources, a lot of money. If you go to Haiti, you're not going to see a poor country with the beautiful buildings, with the beautiful houses, because there's a group that is so rich. And, the 90% are, the poor are very poor. So the economy for the people, it's bad, especially the American dollar is very high. So I remember when I left Haiti in the early 80s, so like the end of 70s. So it was dollar for dollar. I remember I brought money with me, and so I brought $40,000 with me, and I put it in Mary Midland Bank. I could never forget that. When I went there, I thought they were going to change the money. They just give me $40,000. So, and after that, I think for some reason or another, things change. So Haitian dollars now, I think you have to have $1, you have to have 14 something dollars if it's not more. Yeah.
That would be another session here.
Yes.
How did this change?
The last time I went to Haiti was I think it was 1998. And I didn't stay. I only went for one day. Because I went and then they shot somebody on the street and I was so scared I came back. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you consider Haiti to have, because I felt that sometimes following such an accident that happened with the earthquake down in
So you were there?
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
I was
okay.
here.
Okay.
I was here, but I was in another town.
Okay.
But anyway, but things like that happen. I don't know what to say because I am from Cape Town. I'm Cape Town.
Okay.
And whenever I travel, there's some spots, not spots, but there's an area where when you are in the airplane, it just give you some kind of turbulence. And they're warning you that there will be some turbulence. But if this type of thing happens there, funding go down,
Yeah.
people die, children die, there's a food brand, things that come together. There is speech for the, not just for America too, but I never saw a French leader, a French presidency, a French president go on and say we're going to support aid to what we see now, like Bill Clinton said on the 1994 with non-stop power by the presidency of Swiss, which took possession and then was take out of the power.
Mm-hmm.
Then Bill Clinton. But with this type of thing happen, not just with Clinton, but just in terms of what aid economy might go for, what needs to be done.
Yes. I don't think if I get it. You were just saying that it's happened everywhere, or just?
Yeah, not just everywhere, but it happens with, France, for instance, just happened not recently, not a month, not less than 2 months, just a month, but anything with this type of and hurricane on the side, not a storm, a hurricane, chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But it's devastating.
Yeah, it is devastating for Haiti. And, unfortunately, it's like we cannot yet find the right leader for Haiti because people are corrupt. It's not because there is no money. It's not because the land is not produced anymore. It's not because people are not working hard. It's just the corruptions. It's so high. We have the senators. They are the people that are again purchasing guns to create gangs in the countries. Things, it's very difficult for Haiti because now nobody knows what's gonna happen next. Thank you so much. Thank you again for coming, and I promise you that next week I will make sure that I bring a beautiful outline for you. I promise that this week I didn't do that. I'll make sure that I do the outline.
Thank you.
Yes.
The last show.
Yes, it's gonna be the last one. So now I would like you to come back again, and just you'll have an outline. You would look at what is going on in Haiti.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.